Hey everybody! Well, hey everybody, and I am still here. Welcome back to Renegade Platinum. Last time, well, we got here to Eterna City. We got here to Eterna City after going through the Eterna Forest with Cheryl and having a little battle with her. This time, you might be thinking we were going to be heading to the gym since we're here in Eterna. Well, we go here to the gym. Let's talk to this guy. Hey there, how's it going, Chance V? Sorry to disappoint you after you've come such a long way, but the gym leader Gardenia isn't here at the moment. Gardenia went over to Route 216 to look for some grass-type Pokemon. I'm sure she'd come back to the gym if you go talk to her. Route 216 is to the northeast through Mount Coronet. Incidentally, you'll likely find plenty of Ice-type Pokemon in Route 216. An exclusive tip from me to you, the Pokemon in this gym hate Ice types. Yep. If I were to pull up the town map for a second, Route 216 is right up here. We can go through Mount Coronet and get access to Route 216 right now, and you can get some Ice Pokemon over there, and Pokemon that are available at Mount Coronet. You can also get access to the area where Feebas normally is, but we'll get into that later. That's not important. What is important is that I didn't go over some Pokemon that are on the northern half of Route 205 over here. I did since I skipped it on the way here because of the length of the last episode. Anyways, and there's also another thing to point out here. There's something that we couldn't do in Eterna Forest earlier, and I would like to take care of that now. This area over here. If I didn't run into an encounter first, the old chateau is over here. The old chateau is over here, and there are Pokemon that we can find in there. And since the old chateau is not a long area, well, let's get started with Pokemon encounters right now. We couldn't go in here earlier with Cheryl, but we can come in here now. First new Pokemon we can find here, Ghastly. I'm gonna be honest here. I have never used the Ghastly line in any playthrough, like ever. Don't ask why. Part of the reason is because I never really used Father Trade Evolutions, and second, whenever I did have access to a Gengar via randomizer or a ROM hack, I just never used it, and I used something else. But anyways, in terms of changes for the Ghastly line, not much, to be honest. And for Haunter, Ghastly still evolves into Haunter at the same in its normal level, but at level 36, Haunter will evolve into Gengar. If you so choose to. Obviously, you can hold B if you want. And speaking of which, Haunter will learn Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb before it evolves. If you wait till level 42, you can get Dark Pulse. If you wait at level 42, Gengar will learn Dark Pulse. But the big difference, at level 54, Gengar will learn Aura Spear. Yep. 80 power, that signature move that Lucario gets in this game, yep, Gengar can get it. And oh boy, that's a really good move to have. 80 power special fighting type move that can't miss. What else could you ask for? Anyways, aside from that, nothing else to know for the Ghastly line. Sadly enough, nothing too different, but it doesn't need all that. Didn't really need any changes to begin with. So yeah, that's the Ghastly line for you. Next up is one of my personal favorites, Duskull. Just like with Sugar Conroy, it's like I need to question why the heck have I not used this thing before. Hey, speak of the devil, here's one right now. Anyways, the Duskull line's always been known for having good attack and good bulk. But that's ooh, this one's got Frisk. Also, I should mention the Duskull line has new abilities. Instead of just having purely levitate, the Duskulls will now have a chance to have Frisk as a secondary ability. Duskull will evolve into Dusclops at level 32 now instead of level 39, and another thing is that to get a Dust Noir, all you need is the Reaper Cloth, and then just level up Dusclops with it. That's it. Actually, wait, no. All you need to do is just use the Reaper Cloth on Dusclops to evolve it. Never mind. So that's even better. Other things to note is that if you start off with Levitate for an ability, it'll become Pressure. It'll become Pressure. But if you get Frisk for an ability, then it'll stay Frisk when you evolve off of Duskull. Dusclops obviously can learn all 3 elemental punches via move relearner, and it gets some pretty good moves like Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, Payback, and Confuse Ray. But yeah, this line hasn't been known for being fast, but it's always been a solid species to use. The only downside is the very next game in the series has the Eevee line, which makes Dusclops better than Dust Noir in some cases, which kinda sucks. And just for old time's sake, I'm gonna try catching Duskull because why the heck not? Again, we'll soon have access to be able to we'll soon be able to train up Pokemon a hell of a lot easier. Not right now, but in the near future we'll be able to. And trust me, you'll be really happy with what Draynor has come up with here. Anyway, this Duskull, I'm not gonna give it a nickname, and I'll just send it to the PC. Anyways, next up on the list is Shuppet. Now, the Shuppet line again is another line that I've never really used. Mainly, although in Shuppet's case, it's because the Shuppet line really isn't that good, if I'm honest. I've looked at Shuppet's moveset before. It does not get a lot of good physical moves to complement its type. It's frustrating, but if you want to use Shuppet, then go ahead. Give it a try. Oh. Strange. I don't remember this. Here to me when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw's space. The heck? Okay. Do you love old ghetto? Let me take a look. You do. You have some. Okay. I didn't know that was there. I know sometimes when you first come here, you can initially do things. But you can initially find things like this, but okay. Oh, random encounter. Anyways, back to encounters. Back to Shuppet. I guess well for Shuppet, I guess other things to mention is that at level 40 is then Shuppet gets moves like Shadow Club once it evolves, Sucker Punch, and Gunk Shot. And Shuppet also got a boost to its attack stat and special attack, so it's more competent at dealing damage as well, which is really nice. But yeah, that's really shut. But don't have a lot to say about it. Honestly, I haven't really used it. You can't find other things to mention. Is that Rattata is here as well, but then again, it's Rattata. You have a 5% chance though of encountering Haunter and Raticate in the wild here. So if you didn't want to raise up Ghastly for some reason, and you don't care about any moves that Ghastly specifically might learn, then there you go. You can have its powered up version right now. And there's another person here. Uh, no, I'm not turning on or my emulator in this case. I am not doing that. Spell tag. I believe that boosts ghost type moves. But I believe that boosts ghost type moves. I'm not going to do what that guy says because I'm pretty sure doing that does nothing. There is more stuff here that we can do here in the old chateau before we leave, though. I guess while we're here, I can quickly go over the encounters for for the northern path. I can go over encounters for Route 205 while we're here, I guess, since we are here. Uh, first, first new, first new encounter, on the list, believe it or not, is Slowpoke. We haven't run into we haven't Slowpoke is available at this point. Anyway, Slowpoke. Slowpoke now evolves into Slowbro at level 33 instead of 37, so that's pretty good. And you can evolve Slowpoke at any time by using the King's Rock to get Slowking, which is also very nice. Yep, you can get Slowpoke can now mode 7 Waterfall naturally as well. And another cool thing is that if you choose to wait one more level for Slowpoke to evolve, Slowpoke will learn Psychic naturally. So maybe waiting till level 34. So I would recommend waiting till 34 to evolve your Slowpoke in anything, so you can get Psychic on it naturally. Unless you're extremely, unless you're in, unless you're extremely impatient. Unless you're extremely impatient, or you just want to get it a bulky Slowpoke or Slowbro or King right away, then go ahead. Anyways, that aside, anyway, that's anyways, that aside, any other things to really mention? Not much to really mention aside from what I've already said. So yeah. With that aside, Slowpoke line for you. Next up on the list is Meryl. Next up on the list, believe it or not, is Meryl. The Meryl line. Actually, wait, no. I've already gone over the Meryl line, haven't I? Ah, well, whatever. I'll just go. Whatever. I'll just go over it. I'll go over it. I'll go over it again, just in case anybody, just in case I didn't. Meryl line is really good. Make sure you get huge power. Do not get thick fat. Thick fat is useless on a Meryl. Get huge power. Meryl will also have its fairy typing, as fairy type is in this game now. It's got slightly more special attack now for some reason, so, as a Meryl, so there's that as well. Meryl evolves into Azumarill level 18. Again, make sure you have huge power. Azumarill itself has a boost to its special attack, so Azumarill could be useful for using Surf, or could be useful for being your Surfer for a while until you get things like Waterfall. Azumarill can also learn Drain Punch now. Yep, Drain Punch. You can still get superpower at level 1, or via Heart Scale, or Movement Learner. But yeah, and also level 47, so there's that. But Drain Punch could be a good interim move, or just a good move in general if you don't want the downsides of superpower. Also, you get Play Rough at level 27, so there's that. And Belly Drum at 39. So really good moves right there. Anyways. Anyways, we have this TV here. I'll go over this TV. I'll go over this TV now. Actually, so in this room, you might be if you've never played Platinum before, you may not know what this TV is for. For those of you who have played Platinum before, you know exactly what it's for. Heck, some of you might know this if you've played some of the more newer games. But you'll see right now what this TV's for. Also, I would recommend saving. Also, I would recommend saving before you check the TV. So I'm going to drop a save state right here. Right here, and let's check the TV. Inside the TV appears to be a Pokemon. Pokemon appears as if it will come out. Want to thump the TV? You thump the TV set. Surprise boss fight, it's Rotom! Or Motor if you spell its name backwards. Rotom has gotten some pretty interesting changes to go with. Now, here's the thing about Rotom if you've never played Generation 4. This was Rotom's first appearance in the series. Rotom in Generation 4 normally could not have its unique secondary typing for its other forms. It would be Electric Ghost no matter what form it was in if you were playing any game in Generation 4. That is not the case now. Every single form of Rotom will have its normal typing now. I just want to state that off the bat. We don't have access to those forms at the moment, but we will have access to get the other Rotom forms in a bit. But for right now, I will go over the forms. I will go over the forms now. Rotom. So, for Rotom's base form has only one minor change to its stats. It's slightly fat. It's got extra speed now. But aside, Rotom's stats actually don't change when it changes forms. Rotom's stats will be the same pretty much whenever you change anything. But aside for Rotom, Rotom's forms, in terms of their abilities, the only one who got to change it in terms of abilities is Rotom Fan, who got rid of the pointless Levitate ability for Motor Drive. And aside, unique moves to mention: Will-O-Wisp at level 28, Substitute at 22, Charge Beam at 25, Shadow Ball discharging Shadow Ball at 31 and 34, Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse at 40 and 43. Rotom's got some pretty good moves, and you'll get some different moves depending on what form Rotom is in as well. If it's in its base form, it gets nothing. In Rotom Heat gets over. Rotom Heat will get Overheat. Rotom Heat gets Overheat. Rotom Wash gets Hydro Pump. Rotom Fan gets Air Slash. Rotom Freeze. Rotom Freeze has Blizzard, and Rotom Freeze has Blizzard, and Rotom Mow has Leaf Storm. So yeah, some pretty interesting moves right there. The Rotoms can definitely be pretty useful for you if you choose to use them right now, or down the line in general. Some of them are very good at what they do. And when you have access to their form, when you get access to Rotom's other forms, you'll get access to all of them. But anyways, that's Rotom for you. Also, ow, that hurt. want to do here? And Steven for this. I don't want to kill this thing. I want to catch it just because you cannot catch Rotom again, and you want another shot at Rotom again. If you knock the until the post game, if you kill this one here. Anyways, I guess going back to Route 205 encounters while we're going over encounters still. Krogunk. I love this thing. I think this is one of the most underrated fighting or slash poison types in the game, or at least as of this point in the series. I just love Krogunk and Toxicroak by extension. Poison fighting is such a unique type. It pairs a defensive type with a type that's not known for being very good at defense, and meshes them together pretty well to give you a pretty speedy fighter with some good type coverage, especially now with the fairy type. So yeah, I think this thing could be really good, and especially since we've got a grass gym coming up. Well, once we find out where the gym leader is, since we have a grass gym coming up, it could really be good, and you can get some valuable experience on this thing before you have to fight Gardenia. So yeah, I would recommend that. Krogunk is going to have Dry Skin as its main ability. Do not get Anticipation, because that just tells you, hey, this person has a super effective move or something. Just make sure you get Dry Skin. It'll help. Anyway, that side, Toxicroak, you'll get Toxicroak at level 33 now, which is better than level 37. And you can now teach your Toxicroak Drain Punch, or TM60. Krogunk will also get moves like Poison Jab at level 28, Drain Punch naturally at 31, Nasty Plot at 34 if you want to do something like that. And it'll get Sucker Punch at 37 if you want Sucker Punch, Cross Chop, and Cross Chop at 37 and 40 if you want to wait. At level 55, Toxicroak will learn Gunk Shot, the best physical poison move in the game. So there's that as well. To mention. That aside, Toxicroak can learn some of the elemental punches. Toxicroak can learn some of the elemental punches. It can learn Fire Punch and Ice Punch, I believe. Can't learn Thunder Punch for some reason, but an Ice Punch will do just fine, especially against those pesky ground types. Also, watch out for Psychic types. They will mess you up. So watch out for that, I guess. Outside there's only one other new Pokemon, or that's pretty much all for new Pokemon on the route. We've seen everything else that is available on this route, and you'll see in the bio probably. Execute, I've talked about before. Volbeat and Illumise were available before. Bidoof is, well, Bidoof, and that was available Route 1 on the first route. Yanma we've seen before, and Yanma we've seen before. Magic Cobra Corphish are in the water, and all the things available in the Honey Tree are things we've already seen. Actually, maybe not. Farfetch is there. And oh boy, Farfetch. Farfetch'd. This thing is a menace. If I haven't talked about Farfetch before, I'm going to talk about it now. Oh dear God, watch out for anybody who has a Farfetch on their team. The simple reason, Farfetch is now one of the most broken things in the game. Farfetch is basically Hawlucha is basically Halucha. Farfetch is fighting and flying now. An incredibly good type. An incredibly good type combination. Has super luck for an ability, and super luck and keen eye for its 2 abilities now. It got a major buff to it. It got extra points in attack, defense, points in attack, defense, and special and in speed. So it's very fast and can hit pretty hard. With base 110 attack and base 110 speed now. It can learn some really good moves as well, like Brick Break, Focus Blast, TM88, which again, not telling you what that one is. It's awesome. It gets some awesome moves as well via level up, like Aerial Ace, Knockoff, Sword Stance, Agility, Air Cutter, Slash, Night Slash, Leaf Blade, Poison Jab, Air Slash, Brave Bird, False Swipe, Double Edge, Close Combat. It goes on and on. It goes on and on. This thing is a menace. This Farfetch is a menace now. And if you've ever wanted to try Farfetch for some reason and you couldn't use it because it was that bad, good news. Farfetch is a god in this game, and you should bow. Farfetch is a god tier flying type in this game. You should bow down to its will before it kicks your ass. So yeah, that is Farfetch for ya. It is a menace and unique. It is a menace. Anyways, that aside, that is everything for Route 205 now. For the northern half of Route 205 and for the old chateau now. So yeah, pretty interesting. And as you can see, I'm still struggling to catch this Rotom here. I don't know why it's taken. Rotom shouldn't have this bad of a catch rate, but it does, and it's not being very good. Alright, Leafeon, I guess? I'm getting destroyed by the Rotom because it's banned double team, and I don't really have a way to deal with electric types at the moment. Or to really weaken it without potentially killing it. Dang it! Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, come on, Rotom. Don't have any revives. I might have to cut away and come back. I might have to cut away and then come back, because I don't think I'm going to be catching it right now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be catching Rotom here, so I'll cut ahead till when I actually catch this thing. Never mind. Screw the cut. Screw the cut. I guess we caught it. All right. No, I don't want to give it a nickname. We're not done with the old chateau, but I need to go heal. So yeah. I need to get out of here. Now, so I'll be right back. We still need to explore. There are still a few rooms we need to explore, so I'll be right back once I heal up. Be right back, guys. I had to do a quick cut there for something, but anyways, this room. If you look closely with the terrible pixel rate, you might see something. I recommend you do I recommend you would do a save state or save or whatever. Just trust me. Oh, no, that's not right. Did I do that wrong? I swear there's something supposed to happen here. Alright, well, because if you take one more step after checking that thing on the wall. Alright, second boss fight. You can catch a wild Gengar. There's a static Gengar right here that you can catch. This Gengar will always be level 20. You have to check that painting with the glowing red eyes in the back of the room here. Once you check it and then try and leave, this Gengar will pop out and attack you. And it will have the same same level of moves that a Gengar at level 20 would have. But hey, the bright side is you can get a free Gengar right here and now, and not have to worry about Haunter or Ghastly. And this is why you want to save, because this thing's got Curse, so it could potentially kill itself. This thing could potentially kill itself, so I would recommend saving before attempting to do this. Just like with Rotom, because once then Rotom or Gengar are gone, you can't get either one again. So make sure you save before attempting to fight either one. Ouch. Come on, Leafeon. Let's do this. There we go. That should be good enough. Let's just throw some Pokeballs at it. I'll probably just cut ahead till I catch it. Well, that was easy. Had to reset because the Gengar killed itself with Curse, but hey, caught it this time. And now we have a free Gengar if I ever choose to use it. Not gonna give it a nickname either, but hey, there we go. Yep, so we've caught both of the special Pokemon that are available in this area. There are many more we can catch later, but also TM90 substitutes here. Anyways, that's all I wanted to do for this episode. Not a lot of progress, more of just backtracking, covering, and taking care of everything that I skipped earlier. There are some trainers on Route 205 that I am going to fight off screen though, just because they're just fishermen they're just standard fishermen that have standard water Pokemon that we've already seen up to this point. And there'll be a little bit of training fodder too. There'll be a little training fodder for us. Anyways. Alright, so yeah, with that aside, I guess with that aside, I'll fight these fishermen off screen in between episodes. I'll fight these fishermen off screen in between episodes. Also free Waterstone here, by the way. I'll put those turns off screen, and then next time on Renegade Platinum, head out towards Mount Coronet to head to Route 216 to go hopefully go find Gardenia so we can have our next gym battle. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.